On behalf of the Management Committee and the faculty, a pleasant evening to all. Welcome to our fourth Parents Get-Together of the academic year 2021-2022. Thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. May this gathering be another opportunity for us to strengthen our belief in the PAREF philosophy of homeschool collaboration. Our speaker for tonight is our new school chaplain, who will share with us the plans and initiatives of the chaplaincy office. Let us give a warm welcome to Father Manuel Nonong Belarmino Jr.
Good evening, everyone. So, I want to start by telling you about the two big surprises which you have perhaps experienced when you enrolled your son to a PAREF school. What are those two surprises? Well, the first one is that you saw in our school a chapel. And the second surprise is you saw a priest in school. Seldom do you find a school with one or both. And so why is there a chapel and why is there a priest in PAREF schools? The answer to the question is what the talk is all about. There is a chapel and a priest because following the teachings of the church and the inspirational founder of every PAREF school and other similar schools all over the world, the founder of Opus Dei, Saint Jose Maria Escriva de Balaguer. Saint Jose Maria said that a complete education must include spiritual formation as well. It's not enough that the school imparts academics or they're taught sports. There is more to a school than simply academics. And that's why we have a chapel and a priest in every PAREF school to fill that spiritual vacuum that your children may have in case they don't study in a PAREF school. That is why our schools, you know very well, don't only produce bright students, good football players, and I just heard recently, even a beauty queen from South Crest, who is Miss Cebu. So we don't just produce those kind of people in our schools, but we are able to make them more than that. They not only become bright students, good football players, and beauty queens, but they become good Christian gentlemen and ladies for those in the girls' school. The chaplain, me, and of course your beloved Father Jerry Quejada, who continues helping us in school as assistant chaplain, we both belong to Opus Dei. Opus Dei is an institution in the church that promotes holiness in ordinary life. Opus Dei is Latin for work of God. Because that is the message of Opus Dei. That through our daily work, we are able to become holy. We can be saints. One day, maybe, you can be there at the altar with your image. Or who knows, one of our alumni, and for the girls' school, alumni, one of them may become a saint whom the church will venerate. And this will be made possible because of what Opus Dei teaches. And what me, Father Jerry as well, being an Opus Dei priest, that is what we share to the people we meet, not only in Springdale, but wherever we go. That you can be holy wherever you are through your profession. Even for mothers like you, housewives, that is your professional work. You can become a saint through that work. So, the chaplain of a PAREF school is a priest of Opus Dei. And we are appointed by PAREF to help in a very direct way in the spiritual formation of your children. So among the spiritual services the priest renders in a PAREF school are confession, Holy Mass. In Springdale, we have Monday to Thursday Holy Mass at 7:45. You are invited, all of you, to come because we know that more and more people are going back to attend physical Mass. And of course, we also stream the Mass online, thinking about our students who up to now cannot go to school. But for the parents who want to come for Mass in school, you are very much welcome. And aside from the Holy Mass, the priest in every PAREF school gives spiritual direction, like a spiritual coach. That is our job. We can guide not only your students, but we can also guide you, parents, even the teachers. We can also guide them spiritually. And since there is only one chaplain, and thanks be to God, in Springdale, we have an assistant chaplain. In other PAREF schools like South Crest, they only have one priest, Father Edwin. He has no assistant chaplain. So we have the luxury in Springdale to have two priests. That's why let's take advantage. Take advantage of us. So you may go to us for your spiritual needs. Of course, the ratio of the priest with the student population, and not to mention the population of parents, you double the number of students, then the population of teachers, you realize that we cannot cope. I cannot cope to attend to all of you. But then we do our best. That's why if you want, you may make an appointment with me, even with Father Jerry. You know my email. I belong to the PAREF Springdale email group. You can email me. You can also call the school and ask if you can have an appointment with me. So, well, even though you are so many, if you make an appointment with us, we'll do our best to attend to you spiritually. And I recommend that you take advantage of those occasions when you can be with a chaplain. For example, during the first communion of your son, you have to be there for the rehearsal, have to be there for the first confession. In fact, I am so happy. Last November, we had, and early December, we had some first communions, even though we did it in small batches in our chapel in Springdale. But then, last March 25, on the Feast of the Annunciation, we were able to hold one first communion for the entire batch. It was so wonderful to see the boys very happy receiving first communion side by side with their classmates. I also noticed the joy in the faces of the parents. Even though we were a bit crowded in that shrine of St. Pedro Calungsod, but then you could feel the joy of everyone in that first communion. Another occasion that you can take advantage of to see me, to see the assistant chaplain, is during confirmation. We will be having a confirmation. There will be two since grade 8 and grade 9. If you put them together, there's so many. So we decided to have two separate confirmations. So please pray for it. We'll be having the one of grade 8 on April 22 with Bishop Billones. And we'll have the one of grade 9 on May, if I'm not mistaken, May 14. This time with Archbishop Jose Palma. And just like the first communion, there are also rehearsals. There is confession to prepare your son for confirmation. You can also on of confirmation during father and son activities. You can also meet the chaplain. And I want to insert, I am also a chaplain of Subu Study Center, which is a center of Opus Dei in Mabolo, along St. John Paul II Avenue, formerly Juan Luna. And in Cebu Study Center, we have activities that your sons can attend. In fact, this coming Monday, we will be having a father and son camping in, I think, Bantayan Island. And well, I will join them since I am also the chaplain of Cebu Study Center. So there, you have another chance to meet me there. During Family Day, I will also celebrate Mass for all of you, those who can fit in our chapel. You can also meet me there. On graduation day, we have the Baccalaureate Mass. And we also have the traditional handog pasasalamat. You can also meet me there. Of course, these activities are very much far in between. That's why I suggest you just have to make an appointment with me, and I will try my best to accommodate you in my schedule. And lastly, this is a very brief talk because I know that many of you are veterans in Springdale. You have heard this talk given by Father Jerry in the past, and maybe only the new parents need this talk. Well, lastly, who is the chaplain? Who am I? I am not Charlie Chaplain. Well, I cannot hear your laughter. I just wanted to share a joke. I'm not Charlie Chaplain. I am, as the MC earlier said, I am the new chaplain of your school. I am Father Manuel Belarmino Jr. I may have relatives at Badian. Last October, I was there for 3 weeks and I looked for them. I met the Belarminos in Badian and they were so warm in receiving me. And they told me, you know, Father, the Belarminos actually come from Luzon and they came here to the Visayas. So maybe we are related. And my father, who is Manuel also, my late father who died last November, he gave me the name Manuel after Manuel Quezon. And I grew up in Quezon City. And Manuel Quezon has a son whose name is Nonong. That's why my nickname is Nonong. And you can call me Father Nonong or simply Father Nong to shorten it, knowing that you Bisaya, Cebuanos love to shorten words. So you can just call me Father Nong. Well, perhaps for many of you, it's your first time to see me and hear me. I was assigned by PAREF to take the place of Father Jerry, who was with you for so many years. And he's still with us as assistant chaplain. I was only appointed as chaplain last September. And since we don't have yet face-to-face classes, that's why you don't go to school. Even though I go there, I still celebrate Mass. I hear confessions for those who come. And I look forward to meeting you physically one day. And though I'm new in Springdale and in Cebu. Usa ug kalahati ka tuig ra ako diri. So I'm still a neophyte here in Cebu. Gusto ko makat-on magbisaya. And I'll do my best to learn Bisaya. But even though I'm new in Springdale, I'm new in Cebu, I'm not new working in a PAREF school. I worked in the past in Northfield. I was also the chaplain there for 11 years. And then after that, I transferred to Woodrose. I was a chaplain in Woodrose for 2 years. And then since 2010, I have not been a chaplain of a school. It's just now that I came back to be a chaplain of a school. But I never lost touch with my former students from Northfield and Woodrose. We still meet, at least online. And I'm so happy and honored to be part of the Springdale family. I already felt the family spirit during the first communion of the grade 2, of the grade 3 last year. And then now, those who are preparing for confirmation, I also feel that family spirit in the school. We will be celebrating or observing Holy Week starting this Sunday. And I will pray for all of you. Ipag-ampo ko kamo sa balaan semana. And with this, I want to end my short talk about the role of the chaplain in PAREF schools. Salamat kaayo, maayong gabi.